Alright folks, this is the secret how I tap into the powers to create Canadian characters. There we go. So I got myself some Tim Hortons coffee, Canada's favorite coffee according to what it said on the box. I saw it in my local grocery store. They had the K-Cups, the Keurig cups. That's the only way that they had it. I was seeing if they had it just ground. But, they only had the cups. So I bought a box of those. I might buy more. I do enjoy it. But anyway, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna be drawing. I want to draw one of my Canadian characters. So I'm drawing Gray Canuck. Now, a little bit about Gray Canuck. This is a character that I came up with about 2020, maybe 2021, or around there. I made a story for a now out of print anthology with pulp heroes. But anyways, so Grey Canuck is the grandfather of another character that I have called Crimson Samaritan. And the way I came up with Grey Canuck was kind of a little bit of an accident. I was redesigning Crimson Samaritan, flashback, go rewind, go back in time. I created that character, early 2000s, so a while ago. And back then he was called Mr. Canada, and I ended up changing it, maybe like a few years ago, because I found out Mr. Canada is a bodybuilding competition in Canada. So I changed it. I came up with the name Crimson Samaritan. There was a few different names that I was looking at, but they were already taken. And so I was redesigning it. Back then, he wore a cape. His color scheme was black and red, and a little bit of a yellow with the belt. So I took off the cape. I was seeing how it would look in black and white. If I printed this in black and white instead of just a full color, just kind of messing around with the colors. Instead of the black, I turned it gray, and I kind of like that. I like that look. He kind of reminded me of a Canadian Phantom. And I remember reading this somewhere. I don't remember exactly, but I remember reading this somewhere where the creator of the Phantom originally wanted to call him like the Gray Ghost. So he wanted to have a gray color scheme. It ended up being, I think, it's purple, a purple color scheme. But I like the idea of that. That being gray. So what? I like this for this. He could be an ancestor of Crimson Samaritan. He could be a relative. As I came up with, Gray Canuck. And so like he's the grandfather. So I still have a Crimson Samaritan. And I was coming up with an origin. I do have a little bit of an origin, but that one I never had it made into a story. I had like a couple of little pages, notes. But I should probably make the story I do have available. And I do want to go back and add more to the story, flesh out the story a little bit more. Because I did have the idea where if it does in black and white, I want the red to be the only color. So it will kind of like stand out, the maple leaf and the red gloves and the mask and everything. But I don't know. I may or may not do that. It may end up costing me about the same as a color comic. But just that's just a little bit of Gray Canuck. I might do another video talking more about it, more backstory. Both Grey Canuck and Crimson Samaritan were inspired by Captain Canuck. You can see a little bit there, especially with Grey Canuck. Let me know if you want to see another video where I talk more about these characters, go more in depth. See you next time.